as we kind of mentioned, no real changes, from either side. And I mean, dialing into these roles a little bit more, I will say it always hurts me when I see someone on like the Cage or the Cypher over Logic, because to me that's my favorite role for Logic. But Logic in this roster has definitely been taking on an iteration as that flex player, right? You'll see possibly a Phoenix later, you might see the Chamber, and I think that they do have the firepower needed to match someone like Nora later on. So I think it's going to be really, really fun to see them go lurk for lurk.
And shout out to that, to Logic as well. Safe pair of hands for 1v1s as of late in their series. So nice to have the Viper in that position to be able to control those situations that are going to probably get pretty tight. These games today have been a little chaotic as teams are kind of throwing themselves in to test each other. Like we said, that was about a little limit test for both teams in the last one. As we get here on to Haven, MVSK's defensive side needs to be strong, as we spoke about. I think Fate and Bunny B are going to put on a show to start.
100%. And that's the difficulty, is if Bunny B's having one of those days, Bunny B will look like they are smurfing in the server. Like, that's just the honest to truth about how her gameplay works and why she was picked up by Wadada to begin with big shoes to fill from Arya's side. But MVSK versus the Spiders. We've had one, maybe quote-unquote, upset today with Himmers beating out Sen Otters. Can we get another? You mentioned it. The very, very hard style anchor composition starting out on that defensive side. And it's going to be the aggro starting out on the attack. And looking like they want to ramp into grass, into mid pretty early on. So I'm curious how this is going to work with the counterpart of what looks to be Fel wanting to scale down A long.
They start relay bolt in just for that kill. Nothing happened, and Spider, they're gonna be crawling straight into garage in that fight. Logic presented with a 1v1 and shows us it is true. Good at 1v1s. What a shot from the Ghost. And that Spider's kind of rethinks the situation. Reset. Play B.
And it's funny, if the turret hadn't got that extra ping, you think about whether Bunny B would have survived or not. But I like this. Tag team scaling, trying to regather this space that you mentioned the relay bolt was invested to kind of appease early on, and they're going to catapult their way right back into the site off the fast lane, and left Scary Shark to clear off Carly, but now she can play around this poison orb perfectly.
Wait, gotta clear the back of the site.
One enemy remaining.
Already trying to get in the plant position, and Logic was just at C. They got a journey tunnel that goes through the map or something. They rotated real fast, understood the play, and Logic gets 3 from being all the way over on platform with the first one.
Yeah, that is a crazy rotate timing and just a good headstrong read from this squad. And I mean, just the speed in which they're able to address backside while they're trying to take full advantage of that fast lane. And I never think about how crazy an Omen smoke versus a poison orb is going to be on that anchor smoke, because usually it's just going to be like disrespected, right, when it's an Omen smoke. But when that decays in the picture, you avoid like the plague.
Rinse and repeat that first round play, except running after the relay bolt this time, and now up towards alarm bot.
Standing ahead.
Force plant. They go all the way through. Oh, they're gonna go around the back behind enemy lines, and Soba realizes it right away. Very heady.
Oh, they're still gonna plant though. On the B side, it was just to look for that kill, keep that space. That was a quick drone cancel if I've ever seen one from Sober Sushi. Now they're just kind of waiting, trying to appease, waiting for the window pressure to mount. But not quite sure if it's ever going to hit its impact, especially with the drone clearing all that front side space now. It knows.
Know where one is. Oh. Making a case for this.
Terminated.
Spooky. Quick work of one. They got to watch the crossfires back from aim the smoke peek at the same time. The time is going to be tough.
One enemy remaining.
Nicely cleared. What teamwork here. Tied hip and hip. MVSK move right in, and all of that only lose Sober Sushi.
Spike's dead.
Yeah, and a quick discussion over who should get that orb as well. We'll send it to Feld, send it to the overdrive, but I think it was the double smokes, honestly, that were coming out from MVSK and from Carly that allowed them to close that distance and get these Spectres into kind of spray and pray positions to close out that round. That's exactly what you need with a, we'll say, lighter second round buy than I feel like the current meta has presented itself with, of Bulldogs, Guardians, even SCG forces. But coming into the third, this is where Spider should be the ones to get on the board. Full shields aside from Fate, and those Vandals in hand. See what they're able to accomplish. Trying to disrespect the traditional A fights that MVSK have been going for, and it is just Sober Sushi playing here with the Sheriff, so gets the info, backs out, and you get that redistribution of players that have been really clean from MVSK so far.
What space are they going to take freely? That's the question. I feel like Spider might be able to do a bit of a... Oh, not that way, though. Felt quick face onto A, and that's exactly what we want to see from MVSK all the way up on the sides.
There's no smokes now for the exec. Oh, it's going to be a hard anchor for Spooky here. Right on the split. Has double swarms to play around, and a really nice recon logic here, too.
Take this! Go, go, go!
Right timing on the pre-fire. Just seeing a shoulder there for the rest of the body. And the spike is
timing,
down. This is going to be everybody from MVSK converging onto the site, and they're trying to clear Spooky so they can get the plant, but there's been always someone in the site, and this looks like it could be a bonus round. But wait, Fate's kills turn this round on its head.
30 seconds left.
Though, and Scary Shark at 37 HP. Job's not done yet, and Carly is upgraded to a Vandal.
Teleport down. Just a few paths being created.
One enemy remaining.
It's going to
Last
be
player
the relay
standing.
that's not. Oh my gosh. Carly gets it. I thought Fate was going to be able to sidestep the relay, and Carly alive to the whole thing as they plan the double peek from spawn and garage. Bonus round for MVSK.
Yeah, I don't think I came into this ever expecting this level of Dark Horse galloping to be happening right now. 3-0 here. Obviously too early to call, but a great, strong indication. And the fact that they aren't backing down either when there's a scare of aggression from Spiders, right? Like, barrier drop, they explode an A main, and what does Fel do later on? Rewalk it. After Sober Sushi says the coast is clear, and that gets a kill, forces them into the seaside where we had some pretty safe anchor util if you noticed, right? Like, the double swarm is instead just to keep the backside space, so they can rescale it out the toxic screen, and that timing and rear from Logic as well was just chef's kiss. So, not quite sure now from this POV how a C long exit is gonna go. So yeah, 4 Spiders for this exact reason.
Logic was deadly with the Ghost. Why not with the Phantom to start? Clear out that mag, reload, and reset as they still have an A line all the way over there from Fel with the operator. And now MVSK really just waits for Spider to make noise.
Yeah,
Without them knowing the op is online too, this it becomes such a winnable game or winnable round.
And even now, when they've disconnected from the C long hit, like, you're still going to be running into the KJ util that you have not destroyed from this default, like, by any means. So the alarm bug gets triggered, and Carly just going to probably pivot with the paranoia immediately onto the main choke.
Not ready yet.
We know Spider likes to go fast. This round a little tempered due to the purchase, but they still use that utility to get themselves in the site. This time holding fully. The turret's going to get 20B. Wait a minute.
You have to have heard the flames. You have to.
Yeah,
Okay, Spooky's
kinda
watching.
Looking? Kinda? Okay, cleared out by Spooky.
Excusez-moi.
You thought for a moment, and you think again because Scary Shark hits one. What a clear from Fate. They didn't check Gong. What a slide from Fate. And Fel has the operator. Is this really something you want? There's so many angles to get into the site. A pure crossfire just from the entry. Overdrive is going to delay by the relay bolt. Wait a minute. Not doable, though, for the time on the spike. 4 for Fate. And they do decide to grab the op.
You got Chamber, you might as well, right? I'm just jaw dropped that we go blow for blow, right? Carly's 4K into Fate's 4K. I mean, that's just a difficulty clearing Gong because you did have to worry about Bunny Bee first, and they seemed aware that someone could be tucked there as well, but there really wasn't much information going into that exchange because of the early contest into A-Link once again out of Spiders, so default pays off. I really just wish there was that paranoia that had come out from Carly a bit sooner off the alarm bot, because that would have stopped them from taking that deep space from the drop, but now they downloaded what Logic likes to do on the C site and have handled it with grace. Should be speeding up here, you'd think, and I mean, okay, wait. That kill might allow them to pivot instead.
Yeah, they don't give anybody time to set up here. Logic was caught a little bit getting into position and then displaced by the hot hands. You're right. Kill on the right side. They start to rotate. And now with this operator, it seems like they're playing a little bit more of their game as Spider takes control of round 5.
I'm being extra safe to make sure this doesn't slip through the cracks. Thrown out short. A bit worried that the timing could have been caught. There's a deeper window trademark, but full flank should get caught. We'll see. I'm still not convinced looking at that mini map, but
Yeah.
yeah. Wait, what? Yeah, it's smoked off exactly. And there it is. Bunny be taken down, but the operator's on the case.
Oh,
Here.
Nora, it's too good. Had some crazy stat lines for the past game. Looks like to put up a few more. Attempting a shot. Calling for
One enemy
well,
remaining.
goes for the wide swing and still outsteps Carly's fire on the Bulldog.
And now it's just playing exits at this rate.
I'm out of here.
No, you can't miss that.
Just to the top left.
Yeah, this is a team that's gonna fuel on the confidence. So celebration where it's due, and flipping into their favor alongside the buy. Have to see. I mean, some light shields, some regen shields. If MVSK aren't careful, they will lose the lead at their 3-0 start. Got them off to the races with, and this is where, like, Spiders, the movie came into this series underestimating VSK, and then as soon as they're down 0-3, they're like, wait a minute, lock in. And now they're rebounding,
Yeah.
right? That's what it feels like, but we've got to see how this swing round goes.
All right.
Enemy tag.
Still, I'd say this is a tempo up round. They are looking to hit the site. Run it back. All right. Oh my God, that utility is cooking them left and right, but they're still coming up with the kills they want as they throw everything at the kitchen and the kitchen sink and see. And somehow MVSK is still alive. Distribute some
Spike
frags in
planted.
sight. But still a tough retake with an op and a Vandal here. As Spider
Take flight.
has really upped the pace of the game.
Enemy
Yeah,
tag.
first up is info, though. Confirmation for the pre-fire, but safely tucks away into hulls before going back on the aggressive. That's the Bunny Bee style. Off angle held, and this might just be a save call, honestly, from MVSK. Sober Sushi would be the only argument really for ult orbs, but I mean, they're going for this?
Seeing $0 on your neon means safe.
Yeah. Oh, or it means ninja defuse.
One enemy remaining.
Okay, no ninja defuse.
Oh.
And
they
opt
grabbed
out
that.
for
They had an
Valorant.
up grab. 3-3. Instantly turned around there. And it's just been kill rounds, too. Spiders is coming through. Fate, 10-4-1.
That works.
Sliding around, causing a lot of trouble here.
I think this is a good time to mention, as I meant to in the pre-show, but we didn't cover it as well. There's a lot more for Spiders to prove, right? They just got signed by Team Digital, right?
Scanning
Yeah.
ahead.
And so you don't want to lose your opening debut game 100%, and that's what they definitely have done now, locking in. Sneako around without big swing ultimates for the side of MVSK just yet, but it is Spiders contacting into a stacked site.
Yeah, so these protocols are refined, but it doesn't mean the defenders are not ready. Set up on the other side. A nice double swing by Bunny Bee and Squad as they
Spike
take a
down
little
A.
bit more space. Sober Sushi tries to play cat and mouse here as they actually are able to gather with the team. Really nice backpedaler.
They need to recognize that short is not under control and like leave the site through spawn. And this is why.
More fight,
player
I guess.
thrifty.
Ooh, Sober Sushi just cleans them up. They were running down. Got a little careless there. But MVSK was locked in.
And she picked that gun up from the first kill she was able to find. That is not the round you want to be losing if you were Spiders by any means. And that's where that lack of information from the toxic screen as well. And just a beautiful regroup as well, right? It's not often you'll see the player who was originally anchoring the site around the smoke, like Sober Sushi, to tuck into short and buy enough time for players flanking all the way around to regroup. So huge forward thinking there from MVSK. And now, I mean, when you've mauled them with an A stack to that degree, it's smart to stack towards the C and B sites. Operator, somehow you need to require a flick to get this open.
Lock it. We're good.
Spooky. Getting a kill down long. C as well is still trying to get out of this alive. This Drummond straight might have done it, but Bunny Bee is able to clip that. Now, 4v4. Delay of plant. Put into place here. Team fire. Not a problem.
Nice cut. Trying to get these players to use some early util to
I'm out of
get
here.
out of a link. Dodge.
You should run.
Now I love this
There it
retake
is.
ultimate so much. And look at them. It's going to funnel them right into Carly, who took the timing out of grass.
Paranoia for flash as they fight out.
Standing.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Last
and Bunny B
player
catches
standing.
Carly with a bit of util out. Logic, though, is alive. Kale
Take
Sushi
flight.
comes around the corner.
Enemy
a lot of
tag.
util to play. It's going to be the run and gun as they challenge each other. The
Double
thing
shot.
is on. Oh my gosh,
There
they
they
are
are.
just going back and forth with util. Oh, it's the win for Logic. Kale Sushi pulled off, and rightfully so. It was 4 HP, but you need that 4 HP.
That's your clutch player in Logic, and you see the little nod to a prior teammate as
Yeah.
well, right? A little Tadex massacre in the server, in the clutch, and that's like a moment where you think like a teammate was like, yeah, shocks or something, and so you try and knife and like tuck back to play the shocks instead of finishing the job. 4 HP, if you realize that's how much was left, is gonna hurt in the morning, but MVSK, we mentioned how this map felt like a must win, and they are treating it as such, and we'll see if that is the case and if it continues to be that
Invading
way.
area.
Spiders don't really seem like the ones that would take a timeout, and definitely aren't the type to slow down Carly. Great position to counter this judge play. See if she can finish the job.
Flash.
Such a tricky position to correct your aim for. Nice
Going
flash, garage noise. Spike is committed to grass here. This is a lot of noise that Fade's going to be grabbing. As they
One
start
bullet?
to walk that Spike back. Oh, the judge.
Wait a
This
minute.
is the situation, right? You get both, and you take an A.
Bye-bye.
What if you get one though?
So fast.
What happens if you get one?
And that means your hand is a bit forced. They're trying to take the site here. Do they have to wait for Bunny Bee to get back, though? They're going to have to run it in without really a flash. Paranoia goes to the left, but nobody's going to be hit. Carly delivers back.
They're leaving.
And now it's relayed. Watch the re-hit B, though.
This is interesting. I think that's a call from Bunny Bee saying, hey, Logic didn't hard commit to the fight, might have left to further commit to the A rotate. So we're gonna have some open space here, and no Hunter's
Yeah.
Fury this time, right? No flank
30
play off of
seconds left.
lockdown. Makes me a bit nervous how this retake's gonna go. But with the chipped HP off of Bunny Bee, I'll have to see.
Oh. Laying on the
Heads up.
shelf. Bunny Bee already with a forward kill here. Very nicely done. Start sourcing out where the members of MVSK could be, but a little temperate on that one. And Spooky takes advantage of the situation. Good old turret peek to get some early shots and figure out where they are. Fast lane entry.
Ooh, no
And
pre-foul.
they bring it to 6.
One
It's going to be
enemy
tough.
remaining.
Ruin Crest with 2 already from a very close position. And this is going to be tough here for Fell to make it work. Crossfired by Scary Shark and anchored down. Another round coming in for Spiders.
They're keeping it close. They are keeping it competitive. And that was, again, just a really great pivot after what we mentioned was you really wanted Fate to find both to solidify that A hold. So finding one and Carly doing a great job, honestly, at keeping that door locked and shut on that A site as well to force them back towards B. And it just becomes difficult when you can't retake with an operator either in Fell's hands. And it's also more difficult when you don't clear the corner of that fast lane like we saw in our last series where everything gets committed into clearing out these tight corners and smoke negative spaces. But MVSK, what do we think of you're an up 5-4 timeout on Haven defense?
Yeah, I think it's we need to just be less rotate heavy. You get a trade but a kill down in sewers, which then pushes the team back. But then we were only seeing Spooky rotate all the way back behind B. And Spider has already shown that they love to take B, especially towards the right side. So even just a little bit of sight on that early can speed things up. They kind of gave up on the extremity watch that gave them so much good info before. And it's just Spider coming back in now. Okay, bye up. Right over the edge.
Biggie.
Yeah. It's a tough one, but when you want to keep the pacing high, it makes sense.
That's true. That's a really good point. It have
I mean,
been go fast.
going to this round too. I mean, you're really gonna judge entry and run it back. That was the plan. Does it still exist with the pit? Nope. You're just gonna commit Bunny B for kills and then leave and get an open A side. This is for ankle breaking, but look at this. They strapped on their supports and turn tail. Carly's over Sushi here. But spoiled the round. You just leave again.
One
Oh.
enemy remaining.
Nope. Okay, they're good.
Having Scary Shark enter and rendezvous to steal the crosshairs. It's so good. Nicely done by Spider. And they get an easy plan on the right side. One of the most ferocious ones they've had for A site so far. The C trick was very nice to play with the macro of MVSK.
I am still convinced that they were planning on ending C, and as soon as the Viper's pick comes out, though, they're like, psych, 180,
Yep.
to be honest. But that makes it even better, though, because that means it's that split-second reaction where everyone's on the same page with a team that doesn't have a concrete color. So that just means that they would have a joint understanding of the game and what's right and what's wrong, if that is the case. But independently, the results are there. 5-5 here, tied up, squared away, and guess maybe that's why MVSK wanted that timeout for this next round. And honestly, Logic, I kind of wish Logic had a judge, and I would have really liked the choke play. But oh, fell caught sleeping.
Nora's going crazy already. Watch out for all those shots. The chain, look at pushing up already, following the kill. That's not something you see a lot of the time. Carly takes down Ruin Crest in that. Look at Scary Shark's timing. Knowing that, wow, they finally played B, but that's probably all they put there. And Carly is wondering. The sixth sense kicks in.
Just because you have the sense, doesn't mean the willpower to counter it. And what are we doing? This is Bunny B at Celius. Full bait. To clear out the corner, to clear out long. And, I mean, yeah, there's a Frank brewing, but Trademark has that covered. Or does it? Can they sneak by the wall? Aw, nope. They know this time.
Toxin screen down.
Taken. So they do have numbers up, but one more kill changes that. Was a little reckless. Ultimate there for Cal though. They move in.
One
Nice
enemy
change
remaining.
here with the other kill. This should just be a quick peek, and Scary actually gets a fourth. Two are on line overdrive, and a few there for Spider.
Last round
Maybe make
before
this a
the switch.
7-5.
That would be a great stabilization after an 0-3 start. I love how back and forth it's been this half as well. And I'm thinking we're leaning towards a 7-5 possibility when, again,
Yeah.
you look at the light
Bye-bye.
shields, you look at, Nora literally juggling an outlaw here purposely to try and punish, and the ultimates as well are going to be a big picture promise. And I think the thing is, MVSK, because they are playing this composition with the double smokes and the KJ, they don't feel like they can go aggro. Like, they've departed from fighting for a main space, right? And they've never gone for like a walk down unless it was to play retake. And I wish they fought this team head on, let's say an overdrive trap. But now, I mean, 100 Fury, just kind of solidify things if Carly can't dodge and weave.
Yeah, they move that wall from C, put the Viper wall back on A, and it does do the trick for a few kills, but with that plant sound, it's going to force the hand of MVSK. Bell finds herself going down. Traded by Carly. Logic steps in for another kill, though, and that's spiked down, so everybody takes a breath here as MVSK can back each other up. And it looks like they will be able to even this up with a 6-6 first half, as long as Sushi doesn't do something otherworldly.
I mean, even if she gets the kill on the Carly, screen gets popped, and you have to walk through a decay into a firing squad since Spike is down hell. Like, there's no way, right?
Logic on the other side.
Youch.
No way. 6-6 first half. But the same thing with the first game. The momentum feels very, not one-sided, but at least to one side here, as Spider really kept controlling the 3-round run.
And this is something that's just so rewarding about the Swiss stage structure as well, right? You'll have experience names like this and be like, oh, they're gonna stomp MVSK, but it's proven that MVSK are here for a reason, and as the Swiss stage continues, the matches just get that much more competitive. And again, today there's only one spot up for grab, and the next time there's only one spot ever in stage 2, so we'll see how this next pistol goes. And if Spiders can continue seizing that momentum in these swing moments or not, or if MVSK and that stability will pay off. I don't know. I think they needed a bit more than 6 when I think of the composition they were running, but prove me wrong.
Oh, they saw a hand. Is this going to be another B strat? It's like MVSK wants to start conditioning that they might want that early in their half. This pressure from Spiders already kind of makes it an informed decision that they can stay towards the left side of the map.
Just a Rune Crest here. Saw what they needed to see, and they are gone. And gonna play the retake with the team. They're going for the paranoia. And she can feel the Feld's actually low, but the refrag, careful, careful.
Yeah, they're gonna try to swarm the site. Power of numbers. See what Bunny B's timing is on this one. It's gonna slow down a bit, and they're not playing against smokes, just the wall maybe? No, not even hot hands. Or sorry, curveball. So this is safe for them to play long. Cal Sushi opens up the site, and it's fine. MVSK expected this. It's just if the 2 sheriffs and the ghost can do too much damage. There's one. Oh no, they're gonna be able to rush this down, and there was a rotation around from Spooky, so the guns weren't actually all together. Spider comes in and runs down Long C to find the kills for the defuse.
That's exactly what you needed to do, though, right? Ruin Crest is falling early. Both of your walls aren't available since it's a pistol. There's nothing else to do when so many numbers are stacked off-site for MVSK, and I mean, just the fact that they were able to win those engagements is kind of crazy, and tracking the final player's timing to a garage wrap as well is just where their experience and recognition does shine through, and I'm glad to see that's how that works out, because it did feel like in the last round of the half, they were on different game plans, different pages, but here it was like smooth, seamless. They know what their intent is, and they carried through on it. So, buy up here. No way they get thrifted again, right? Well, we'll see. I mean, Scary Shark, ooh. Up against Spooky. Spooky Scary. Season's coming, and Bunny B, this is brazen and might work out.
One enemy remaining.
Oh my god. Yeah. I thought there would be at least be a little bit more to that fight, but flawless coming through here for Spider shows just how much of that read they might have on NVSK's starting sides. And they put that pressure on quite early. The bonus round is going to be telling, I feel, for the momentum of this one. If MVSK play this too timid, I don't think it goes well. So we got to see Fel making those openings we were talking about before. Previous series, 16-8 on entries. And that is basically an entire game in itself. Like, 16 rounds opening for your team is huge.
Yeah. Crest again, under siege this time. Takes one down with them. Logic, though, again, sense of stability. As the refrag opens up the C site. We'll keep garage control at this trademark for now, so quickly filled in by Scary Shark. We'll see what the double prong retake looks like, because I feel like Spiders are going to ramp back into it pretty quick. That's the goal.
Paranoia used. Spiders is able to avoid that as they go in. A really nice detection here. Judge just get into range. The jump does quite a bit of damage as they followed up on. No! Logic clears too, and they're still looking towards the backside. Timing on garage is there. The util shuts it down, and so do the shots. Firepower from MVSK to grab the round.
Ace stolen away, but something tells me Logic won't mind as they get up to 1, trailing up against Spiders. And I mean, that's what you needed, though, because that was the buy round up against the bonus, and again, Spiders looked like they were coming into that with a very cohesive split retake plan, but Logic is the one to split them down the center instead. Just 14-9 right now. Both controllers having a heyday in the server, and coming into the next. And it's this composition for Spiders is so dependent on just fragging out, right? We've seen Kausushi and Bunny Bee do it on the eco, but now, I mean, I'm loving MVSK and the confidence, right? We felt like they didn't quite want to fight into Spiders on their own defense, but now, I mean, look at this. Disrespecting, shutting down, and taking space and names.
I mean, it usually is a duelist and the Sova combo today, but I would love to just see some Fate and Bunny Bee protocols here at the beginning of the rounds where they're just kind of hitting window and using that almost like they are on the attack side. A one and done possible position here. Walks back into rendezvous range for the safety.
Look at the lineups.
Oh my gosh.
3.
Watching
trifecta.
everything come in, stepping at the last
Spike
second.
down,
Nicely
C.
played to get into their head and make it look like the position is clear.
That's just like you accepting your fate, right? You look into
Yep.
the sky and see what's coming. But might not be their actual future, their outcome. As they flip through garage off of intel, it's gonna be Kawasushi to trap that, to veil now the fact that Kate is also scaling down long. Oh, no way Long just spoils it again.
Oh, the spin, the hopscotch being played. Kalsushi and Fate get 2 scrambling kills at the end. And the opponents were scrambling.
Not a fan.
Wow.
What happened to the positioning?
I think it's just kind of the systematic fashion of spiders where we mentioned it's every player kind of doing their own thing, and when it comes together it's lethal, and it also makes it hard to predict, right? Since that's not something that your IGL can micro every aspect of if you had a decisive IGL. And so Fate coming in with Kawasushi, who's like, okay, I'm gonna Hunter's Fury, like it's hard to track, and you saw, right? MVSK trying to track it, that's why they were trying to fight into garage, and it just did not work. But this is funny, spiders now starting to get the lay of the land in terms of how these retakes work, realizing that Rune and Crest is just getting run through, and that's where I'm a bit worried that MVSK are just rinse and repeating these C execs, because it is a very coin tossy effect. And in the meantime, spiders are happy to trade that away for all of this information. Scary Shark all the way through, and they can Phoenix it right back in.
Okay, MVSK, they're kind of clearing on this one right now. Wait a minute. Spooky gets that classic over Bunny Bee? Okay, wait, this becomes very dangerous now for Spider. They just ripped off the ult right off the bat, coming back in.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, okay. That was a god dart from Kalsushi. Never mind, everything's okay. Just when you thought it wasn't gonna be, how did they turn that around?
I mean, that's just spiders being scrappy, and that's why some of those mistakes start slipping through, but yeah. Gun upgrades found. And now they're flank play. I think MVSK need to slow things down, because spiders are now up to double digits. Mentioned how it's been C-hit, C-hit, C-hit. We might be due for another timeout from them sooner rather than later as well. And we'll see if that's the case, but for the time being, spiders. Nora's one off from the Tour de Force, which might be why she's okay anchoring C-site this time around. They also might be finally expecting for something to stray, so it's not just CCC from the side of MVSK, and they would be right. Fate.
Scanning ahead.
Eyes drawn towards them with this Judge and Short yet again. This is a swap up. They usually only have the Sova and the Phoenix here.
Nice dodges. And a great trade, though. They're still going to keep pressuring this.
Spike
Kalsushi gets
down
a bit of a
A.
stand through the wall there, and then
One
a
enemy
penalizing
remaining.
kill as they trade again. Tempting fate over and over again. Kalsushi comes out on top after the tussle. And they start to now run around, giving the audio to Spooky.
Enemy down.
First kill. But this has to go into combat mode now, knowing she is surrounded. I was going to say, that is an insane amount of wherewithal to check the garage. Quickly hearing Scary Shark. 11 rounds, though, for Spider as they source out the members of MVSK and continue to hunt them down. Talked about them feeling like they had more momentum on the first half, while they indeed carried it into the second here.
Yep, there's that time that we mentioned for MVSK that was due any time. And I mean, looking at their buy situation, they have a big decision to make if they want to force into a broken buy here, since looks like Fell and maybe Sober could also get away with a Vandal purchase, but last round, again, showing how the smallest things fundamentally can have the biggest impact, right? Like, so you can't dodge the Bunny Bee flash, like they pair it with you thinking you're going to shoot the recon from Kalsushi, like that little step up. And I mean, the way that they just launch into counterattack so confidently once they have numbers as well. But MVSK, and they were the ones that looked steady, and there were some oversights in the calling last half, but here it's just been, I think, the fact that it's been a bit stale in the calling, and I think that's where the timeout comes through as well, is because you're one off from Fell's overdrive. You have a lockdown, a Hunter's Fury, right? Like, this should give you the tools that you need to improve the post plant. They've been getting on the sites just fine, I would say, aside from the previous round being an outlier. Like, honestly, if you get on the C side, pop a lockdown, get Super Sushi in plant position, like, I think they could avoid spiders and how they've been playing this retake, but that's where spiders look like they are throwing most of their standard strats out the window. Solo anchor from Bunny B backside. Looking like we're gonna have Scary Shark with the Tour de Force walk out garage. Oh no. Oh no.
Playing that one to the last second, huh? Very
Yeah.
close on getting a second one. Whoa, wait a minute. A low buy. Bunny B goes down. B's gonna be that pressure. They want to get these shotguns and sheriffs to do a lot of damage, so they're trying to take B. But Spider is more than welcoming to these guests. That you are invited. Heading up towards window. Fate thinking everything was okay. But Sober Sushi had other plans, and they are going to be able to slip the net and probably get a plant down here.
Yeah. And it looks like spiders are just going to allow them, right? Scary Shark playing just close enough for sound confirmation of this drone or of this spike tap, and then the rest will rotate over. You have a player position on every single site for info gathering. My only concern is that we've seen Logic crack out in these positions, and now Sober Sushi can't even play her ult from long.
Oh. Go through garage.
No time.
Only we know. It's easier to say that with a UAV. Runecrest taking down Sober Sushi. And really, Spiders, they're not leaving anything to chance. Played that one safe, letting Sound do the work for them. Nice identify off a Scary Shark, and they just made sure to get that defused. No worry about the plant.
Match point.
That will put them up to map point as well. Which, granted, this is Spider's map pick and their best map in the pool, so it's not like a reinvention of the wheel, but
Yep.
MVSK. 5 rounds needed. 4 ultimates on the board.
Perfect.
Too far off if they can make these work. And we said in the last round that we wanted to see those ults go towards improving the post plants, and C's been their best site for guaranteeing at least a post plant scenario. So I do like this. Again, the Agnes Mollies have been so strong. They've avoided the first blood from Scary Shark as well. My only concern is all it takes is one Ruin Crest anchor round.
So they try to reroute in. Oh, Ruin Crest feels steady in sight. And they both knock down a few kills. Sober Sushi gets the kill with the Hunter Strike as they enter. But this just looks like
Spike down. C.
Spider is ready to stay and defend no matter what was coming through that choke point.
Was that Ruin Crest anchor round?
Oh my gosh, yeah, crazy.
Defenders
13-7 for Spider's first round. Pretty dominant on Haven to start things off.
Again, we need answers, and here they come. And oh, come on, Buddy V. Come on. I brought it out as a little tidbit, you know, a little fun fact. I didn't actually expect her to do it. Oh, that means she's disrespecting. It's over, Rivington. It's over. We're going map 3. It's going to be MVSK upsetting them.
And they also don't go with the raise in this combination this time. They keep with the neon. So a little more meta focus, still getting the walls, being able to split a few more things to make sure they can get in just as fast as they want. I do like the Reina flashes here. There's a lot of walls that are connected to the site where you can throw that through the wall and really set something up from market side, or kind of like a tiles one that kind of gets everybody who's in elbow when you quick peek. Really neat stuff. Combined with the Omen, you could do a little bit more. So Spiders would be a trick up their sleeve. Like you said, Bunny B, that means they're feeling it. So I'm ready. I'm ready to see what they're going to deliver. And VSK, now pressure is on to bring us to a map 3 here on Sunset.
If not, quick reminder, this is your 3 and 2 teams, so there will be one more opportunity for both Senators we saw with the loss earlier today and whoever loses this series to go into round 7 and get that ticket punched a little bit later and catch that last train out of the station. But coming into this pistol round, we're not seeing Spiders any less W key gaming inclined than they were over on Haven. I mean, look at this mid. Look at this opening kill.
Insane. Insane. Start things off. Already up mid. 10 seconds into the round. And Carly will punish one, but this is going to be Carly being swarmed.
Wow.
In there's Fate for the second kill of the round. Looking for a third towards Boba. Already pushed with Bunny B to set up. They have to be careful with reload timings and pressure. And they are. Oh, the paranoia ready. Set up. Sees him. Confirm. Oh, that's so crazy. 3 looking for the A's here if they can source it out. Fate just a few
One
kills
enemy
off.
remaining.
Sober Sushi's gonna get a kill. Sushi gets 1 and a 4th one for Fate, making it look too easy.
Yeah, the one that discombobulates Curly on attempting to anchor, which we saw we're able to do over on Haven, and then just is the one that respawns off that little shock paranoia combo into Boba. And that's that forward aggressive style that you're going to see that just is so fluid, right, from Spiders, and again comes from that collaborative calling nature as well. So coming into the next though, nice little paranoia play, maybe set up for a main. We'll see how active Fell decides to get. Other than that though, right, a little 4-stack here on the A site. We'll see if it works out, or if again the mid start Spiders will relinquish a lot of that pressure. Bunny B. And now you gotta devour for later, but you gotta get the kill first.
Fate's feeling it. You saw at the beginning of the round, this ghost right here was dropped from Fate to Scary. Said, I want a Vandal. I'm feeling it. Just let me go. Let me run in here.
I like this.
See what damage they can do.
Talked about Phoenix ult cycling with no Phoenix and feeding it towards Scary Shark and the Neural Theft, since she's the one on the lurk. Promising. I also do like that they wait until everyone's here to break that stage wall, because then it's going to add more of a surprise element. The issue is that MVSK did quick scale down a long, so it's going to take a lot of time to get over here, and trapwire broken should clue now them in, and that should, I would say, convince them they can scale deeper, but it's just Fate here, and that gets punished. Hey, Nora.
Hello.
Oh, she's gonna get the backstab through market. Now you just kind of need your players to delay on sight. Ruinpress has done that so far, and so is Bunny B.
Oh, paranoia denied. Shot, decision, indecision. We trade a few. 3 here, though, for Spiders. They should be able to clean this one up.
1 enemy remaining.
Waiting to enter, cleaned, and Scary Shark, quiet as ever. Breathing around through Boba, gets another one on the round and upgrades to a Vandal for all that work. Going into the bonus now for Spider. They're actually looking pretty well set.
Yep. Salvage the big weapons, and we'll get right back to business. We don't really expect them to slow down at all during this half, unless, again, the double senti starts hitting, unless Logic starts fragging outs, and I haven't seen that just yet. We also haven't seen Spiders run directly into the aggro stack between the Really Bolt and the Paranoia, so I'm curious how this is gonna go for MVSK.
Oh, straight through. Paranoia eats the last member, so they cannot help Fate. Oh, the spray's there. They all stood in the same line after trying to reset, and that is super punished by MVSK.
Age triggered.
Scary's gonna work through. I think that was just on the outside of Logic being able to hear, but they haven't turned around to look as they're focusing on where the spike might be in the situation. And this timing is getting a little crazy here.
They saw
can
it.
just buy a few more seconds. Yeah,
They saw it.
they turned.
Oh.
They're ready. It doesn't matter.
Last
It's
player
Scary Shark.
standing.
Fell. Finally able to do just that and get a kill on Scary.
Why wasn't Kalsushi making more noise, being more aggressive, generating pinch pressure? Right? Could have easily gotten that final player to keep both alive and go into this with a 2v2. And now it's all down. I mean, that being a bonus already means some damage was dealt. You write it off, but MVSK, really nice opening fight. Gets a little dicey because of the slip through mid. Talked about those cages and what impact they can have for sure. Shown in full display, but keep that in mind for later.
Perfect.
But coming into the next, yeah, Spiders will learn their lesson. They're gonna stay away from main until they're absolutely sure that there's no aggro fight coming through.
All right. So how do MVSK kind of reset?
Yes.
Don't get themselves in too much trouble. I like the
Keep
forward
coming in.
pushes and just obviously one way is to deter and slow everything. Keep the fundamentals clean. And these orb fights are keep happening.
Hyped up Logic after map 1. It's been kind of getting dipped in these opening engages a bit, so nice to see the support from the drone coming through to try and isolate discombobulate Bunny Bee, who's just playing Ring Around the Pillar. Okay. So the SWAT team 2v1 style, but with Nora getting that kill, and is gonna see all the space for AS free. She's gonna take that space, even if the rotate doesn't come through. They're gonna fake it as an exec, actually, to draw numbers further off while they contact without any util into this B side. It is perfect.
No
Hook,
way.
line, and sinker because of that dark cover on Bend.
The noise, the trap being heard, placed by Sober Sushi, that sells everything so much.
Now look at the control.
Spike gets planted. And already, Fate has lived here as a second home this map in Boba. It's
And
the
this
third
they're
time we're
calling.
seeing them here.
I can't tell if they're going to be rerouting their market if they're calling for the save. Either way, Scary Shark will know that that was the agenda, and they're actually going to speed up off that frag into Boba, but the high-low. How do you break this up? And look at the util.
Remaining.
My ultimate is ready. It is finished.
Answers are so good. They're setting up these little traps that even when MVSK knows there's a trap, there's still a way Spiders gets them to fall into it. It's...
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That goes there.
This is going to be a next round kind of timeout territory, depending on if this eco has any legs to it. I mean, you're one off from the res, you're one off from the shadows, so there is a world.
This is a
And
nice
I'm glad that we're not seeing MVSK without an idea, without a swap, without a solution. This round, in particular for the eco, is going to be fighting out into mid, tooth and nail. Now, does that mean that Spiders aren't going to just shut them down on that? We'll have to see.
Saying.
Yeah, I think we're seeing.
Dude,
There's only one. It could have been worse. It could have been worse.
Cutting their vision.
we're going for more. Those are the excellent lines we were talking about. Oh, it's just such a different timing than you're used to. And Bunny B is having a heyday on the Reyna. They've
One
identified
enemy
Spooky,
remaining.
chased down. Scary Sharks tagged on that. And I already have Sober Sushi's locked down for
Spike planted.
where they are. So this could be the kill. Alt save for next round. But the alts are mounting on the side of SPID
Wow.
as well.
I mean, they're just hitting their shots, and it hurts there that Super Sushi couldn't support, maybe, when she heard the pathing through top mid, maybe. Just didn't disrespect the cage or anything, but here's the
There it
timeout
is.
as we mentioned. Yeah, this is going to be a must-win round. Ults for ults, buy for buy. If not, Spiders will get a dominant lead at the half, and we just mentioned how this composition itself should be a defensive crutch, right? With that double senti, and I mean, we set some of the conditions that we needed to see was, number one, Logic going crazy, and 2 and 4 right now, at least as the operator out, so that could be the tipping point. But also mentioned Spooky, and I feel like the Sage util has been more used to further sell the traps and the fast-paced exits from Spiders than stop them at times. So I think I'm waiting for the second half to see how the Sage will kind of solidify this composition. But Sober Sushi has stepped up, and that's kind of all we can talk about for the side of MVSK. I mean, I haven't even gotten to see like a full committed retake from them either just yet, Rivington, right? Like the best look for them was when Spiders RNG ran into them on the A main anchor, but you can't expect that every round.
Yeah, and they're feeling confident to purchase through on the op here. I mean, you're gonna get that in the tour de force, but this, I feel like with the way
That works.
Spider's playing, this means you almost need to hit an opening shot. You need to find somebody, because retaking with this op against Spider right now is gonna feel near impossible.
The hunt begins.
They are up to the challenge.
Oh, you mentioned it. Trying to take that early engagement
And
shot,
tagged.
but yeah, the time while they're forced off is rough.
Go!
What can you do?
There's no safe place to stand, and you didn't even see anybody really. You shot at a ghost sliding across the floor. Fate still going for more, finally taken down. They're way behind enemy lines.
planted.
The backstab comes through twice. That's how fast Spiders are moving around MVSK.
Yeah, it's like they forgot that Scary Shark Nor was on top mid with them, but yeah, this is what we mentioned. It's like each player, yes, the surface level might be doing their own thing, but they all come together at the perfect time, right? Like there's that much in rhythm with each other. Columns have got to be entering flow state right about now. 5-1.
Yeah.
Money reset for MVSK is not a good look, and an overdrive as well. I think this is a round where they're like, okay, money's sour. There's no way we can't win against, even if they are holding crosses on A. So, Logic, have fun. Good luck. Your team is 4-stacked walking down B main. You might just want to get out and play retake.
Zooming in.
Nora's gotta expect that they're
sheriffs
flanking
here.
or something's up.
Yeah. Might look for some kills. Yeah, they're not going for a spike death.
One enemy remaining. Flawless.
Oh, every player hitting their shots. At this point, it's gonna be a battle for who gets MVP.
Yeah, seriously, that was very, very clean. You said flow state, and you weren't wrong. They're farming ecos, but you just see it's not taking any type of really stress. Everything's clean, calm, confident. That means nobody's second guessing angles, and MVSK cannot find any place to trick Spider right now.
And that's the thing, is it also feels different from Haven, because on Haven, MVSK weren't making mistakes, right? They weren't getting out duped, right? I think there was one round like where it was a really well sold like C exit. That was the Viper's Pit round where they like got back onto A and deserted. But here they're just like over rotating. These gaps are getting exploited. It's just a completely different scenario. And even now, look at where Runecast is ulted into to get a backstab on Defel. Like this shouldn't be happening. Oh,
Yeah, another one. It's gonna happen again.
No,
oh,
no,
the turnaround from
Logic's
Logic. Another. Oh, the stuck under. That's. What is this cinema? What did we just see?
It's like you sliding the door as it like slams shut.
That's crazy. Sober Sushi and Carly now. Trying to make their way through Boba. I've said it so many times, but it's gonna be Spider there to shut it down. No entry, no service. Please come back another time. 7-1 now. A dominating lead for Spiders.
And it is just laser precision as well on these Vandals right now for the side of Spiders, just to add an extra, layer onto what is already a perfect pastry cake. And I don't know, MVSK. This is where you would contemplate a second time out, but I do think they have a decent swap up idea here. They're gonna send.
Well done.
Fell down mid solo. My question is it gonna be loud and brazen like overdrive off barrier drop, or is it gonna be walk down? And we see it's gonna be the first. And look at the recon. Wait, this is nice.
Oh, that's a big stun, but can't commit. The corner's a little too deep. And they're gonna try to come right back out of that corner.
Oh, now you don't have a gun, Fell.
They swung it real hard and then turned.
That Lear bought so much time that you couldn't get anything off the overdrive, and that hurts. And the backpedaling is near perfect as well. Like, yeah, you have all this A space, sure. We'll break the stage wall, we're gonna get in, and you're from the shadows. Well, that's just gonna be what feels like a liability. Yep.
Right to anchor sight. It would have been so good at Boba. Create a little bit of a crossfire now.
One
Taking
enemy
out
remaining.
one by one. Fate again in this spot by one. Another 4K deja vu from pistol round to round 9. It is Fate.
Yeah. And just the way in which they can pivot so fast after these traps develop for MVSK. Like, that round MVSK tried. They tried for sure. And this round looking like they also want to go for a sort of mid-walk down together proves that they are continuing to try, that they are not going down without a fight. But Spiders right now, again, looking clinical. What can you do? This is a team that is dead set on main event right now. And it's that experience and that mechanic cross we mentioned was going to be coming into this head-to-head already. This time, though, a little bit deeper of a slow. I like it, but you've got to get those shots. You've got to lean into Logic and these one-taps. That quick-witted flick we saw on Haven just non-existent. And I mean, that's just the B main fight, right? The real objective is here on A, where, wait a minute, Spike is down.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, I thought that was
And
the
the
same
players are
shot.
down.
Okay. I thought that was all Fate for a second. I almost lost it. It's just that's how quick and cooperative they are when they take these sites.
Nah, mini timeout
Get
time.
the kill. Who wants to plan?
Bullseye.
Ooh, nice recovery on that. And they're going to source out the kill here. Okay, now we know why Scary Shark was 7-0 first kills, first deaths with the opening on B main like that. Over and over around the map. Again, from the Cypher, not the chamber. That is disgusting.
Makes sense. And this is what I mentioned about Scary Shark embracing her own performance arc, right? Instead of being that support player that I feel like, and that flex player and that respected leader. And yeah, this deserves a team picture, I will say, as we go into the MVSK timeout. We mentioned needing one for the end of this half. I think it should have been a round or two ago, but I think the only thing that would complete this family photo is like we need an ace from somebody on spiders before this map is over, Rivington, right? Like,
Yeah.
it'll be kind of criminal if it doesn't happen.
Fate's been one off twice. So, I mean, do with that what you will.
Well, but Fate's a promising candidate as well. Calsushi's had a few 3Ks, Bunny B as well, so really it could be any player on this team and we would be like, yeah, the ace, there we go! But 9-1 here. MVSK second timeout off of this bye. Logic back with the operator. Not quite sure where they're going to be headed since they're still tucked in spawn here. Might be a top mid angle at this rate. Only place you can get to before the timer expires. No trip even out yet.
Perfect.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about this. Do they not have a trip? They do. Okay.
Take flight.
They cannot be seen by
MVSK
this
making
drone.
a lot of noise for Scary Shark to hear right now. And they're going to take B, knowing the big rotation on the right side. So the coverage here is going to be behind the smokes. Quickly peeks. Bunny B knows that angle is going to be on 10s. And now they have Boba this time, Fate. Not again. Right?
Fate does not want them to have Boba this time. And
Still wants to peek it. And they go down. Finally down. They're going to get a res on this one, too. And MVSK making a case for pushing back real hard. Here comes the Hunter's Fury. One more shot to ring across the team.
One enemy remaining.
Okay, cleaned up.
Three
Nora
out
on
of five.
one. The defuse fully coming through. It's going to be tough to make that happen. No, off it. Ooh, Fell says no. Do they take it?
Last
Yes,
round
they
in
do.
the half.
Another round for
No point
MVSK.
saving. Buy it
And
all.
never too little too late on your final possible map.
it would have been really funny if we're like, oh, it's about time for spiders to get an ace, and then Fell comes in an ace. That would have been great. But yeah, that's what we wanted to see. Like MVSK to play a cohesive style retake, and Fell gets set up really, really well there, and good containment at the backstep as well from Scary Shark. So again, we mentioned how it felt like spiders were taking advantage of these timings, were exploiting mistakes from MVSK. There weren't those mistakes this time around. So even though the pacing obviously caught them off guard and the operator got taken down by Logic, picking up the pieces, keeping that Boba space with numbers was exactly what they needed. And even here, look, that's the same idea. Instead of taking their time and flanking every round like we saw on Haven, it's these players rotating top mid while the stage wall is trying to delay the exec. Oh, good stun.
Empress on. They're going for
6
Boba
bullets.
again. One through. They're going to try to get the trades on here. Spooky's got a lot to do. Rune Crest coming up with another one with Bunny B. And who else is there? Fate looking for more. Again, from the same position, MVSK going to try their hand to come through. The operator locked online. And it takes off the hand of Rune Crest. Can't shoot too much without that. Hidden behind the box.
One enemy remaining.
Swung on Fates
Not
there
just.
for 2. And what a first half from Spiders. A
Switching
statement
sides.
first half as the team comes online to put the pressure on MVSK.
Yeah, I mean, before the map started, I was joking, saying, you know what, I would like a good 13-10 coming in this map, right? It's been a coin toss for both,
and it's still
right?
a possibility.
It is still a possibility. it still is, and it would be one heck of a story, win or lose here. And it would definitely give some confidence back to MVSK before they go towards, at this rate, around 7 chance of qualification. But hey, we've seen, I feel like this season in particular, I feel like we've seen more 2-10 comebacks than normal. So we'll see if we can add another one to the docket here real quick. Get a script change, but side swap coming through. A must-win pistol for MVSK, and it could all break apart if this corner doesn't get cleared. Nora. Oh no. Rune Crest is going to distract for it.
Yep, I love it. They have to wonder, right? Waiting. One by one again! It's gonna be Rune Crest, how could you?
Okay. In Ruin Crest's defense, Ruin Crest did bait to set Nora up for that 4K, so they would have been the one that made it possible anyway, so they have the right to steal it away. But that is killer. From the momentum we just said they needed from the pistol to the mental, and it would require not to claw yourself out. The 9-12
Like the
rounds.
equivalent of I brought you your drink so I get a sip.
Or like the girlfriend stealing your food.
Yeah, oh my god, no. All right, that's an 11, and that draws them ever closer to a 13-2 scoreline. Wait a minute. Inside
down
8
A.
seconds. What?
They got a force going.
Cruising around, trying to make it happen. Fell is playing some weird back and forth inside sight. Does not get the better of Cal Sushi. Actually, I thought they were going to get that, causing all the chaos. And now, Spider
Split
in a
out.
2 or 3v2 in favor of the defense.
Good regroup.
One enemy remaining.
And they're going to keep killing Runecrest with another 2. Or 1, I should say, with a second to
Match
get that
point.
one. Match series point, and it is going to mean it is main event point for Spiders.
Just the way Runecrest turns away from every multi-kill is so funny to see. And yeah, at this rate, MVSK going to be required to win 10 in a row. And it'll start with another eco attempt given the force of last round. That, granted, almost worked like we mentioned because of the quick scaling that caught Spiders off guard. But into mid you go, and into Bunny B you leap. Good little leg set.
Oof.
Good shutdown.
Clean up more. Love to get that Guardian down in
Spike
mid, but I don't think
down,
it's going to happen. That was losing another one. Everybody's got to stay safe now.
One away.
Oh, the one
TP
way
was
does
too far.
shut it down. It was just the shoot at the feet game and anticipate where the head might be.
One
That's what
enemy
she walked down.
remaining.
They're never
Disrespectful.
stopping.
The judge. And a stun. And that's gonna be game.
Ace.
Dang, that's it.
Defenders win.
Spiders have the final kill in a dominant 13-2 fashion. They take down MVSK and find themselves rolling on to the main event.